Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction here on my channel. I am so excited. I have been burning, itching to do some more reactions since I got home from the hospital after finding out that I have leukemia. This will be the very first video that I am recording, and I wanted to make it something fun and something special, and so we are here to listen to, and I think I decided I'm going to watch the video. I'll have it probably over here somewhere. We'll watch the video for the new Black Keys song. And so, yeah, I don't know. If you're new to the channel and you're just discovering my channel, very early this year, at the very beginning of January, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and I've been dealing with that for the last month or so, still, working on it, trying to get through chemotherapy and everything, going to the hospital every other day, and traveling back and forth and all these other things. And so if you want to hear more about that, my story so far and everything like that, in terms of the cancer, I have a video here on my channel that's just called Cancer Update Volume 1, I think. It's sort of like a time capsule video where I just kind of talk over everything that's happened to me thus far. If you're also unfamiliar with my channel, you might not know that last year I spent the entire year going through Metallica's entire catalog, and that might be the reason that this video showed up in your feed, or, I have a lot of popular Metallica videos that are popular, at least compared to the other videos on my channel. So go check that out if that's something that's interesting to you. I'm a big fan of the Black Keys, and I have reacted to several of their other albums in the past. I've done Let's Rock, their album from last year, Dropout Boogie. I also did a reaction to their bluesy album, which was called, what was it? Shoot. I mean, they're all bluesy, but they're like more straight up like Delta Blues album where they did it like live in the studio. I need to listen to that one more. But anyway, I've done their last 3 albums at least on the channel here. And last year I was very disappointed with Dropout Boogie because listening to the album itself, I got the CD, put it in my my laptop here that I'm using to record, and I listened to it, and there was no high end on the CD at all. It sounded absolutely terrible. And I am a believer in you shouldn't have to manipulate the audio using your own EQ settings and things to make it sound good. And so if you want to hear me talk about being a little disappointed with the Black Keys album, you can go listen to my reaction to Dropout Boogie, their album from last year. If you're someone who's here, who's a subscriber to the channel, you followed me for a while, this is a pretty important thing for me. Like I said, this is my first reaction video back. So I'm just going to do a single song. I'm going to do a couple single songs today. I'm also going to be reacting to the new Gangsta Grass song, which came out. I'm very excited to hear that. I think their last album is their best album, and it's their best produced sounding album, at least. And so I'm very excited for that. If you're worried about my leukemia, don't worry. Everything's going great. As I look at myself here, I can see, I believe I've got a little bit more of a fleshy fattiness in my cheeks, so I think I have some weight maybe even coming back. But one thing I wanted to point out is that I'm able to wear, I've lost, for those of you who are new and people who have been following me, I've lost about 60 pounds now since beginning of December or so, over the last 2 months. So I've lost a lot of weight, and you can really tell, I feel, in my shoulders and my arms especially. It's probably hard to tell in the video, but the reason I bring that up is because I am now able to wear many t-shirts that would have been too small for me in the past that I've had for years. And so I went to our storage place where I have some stuff, bags of clothes stored, yesterday actually, and went through a bunch of clothing, and I pulled out some new shirts to have, which is good because I've been running out of shirts over the last this is going to be my 4th year doing this channel, and I've tried to never repeat a shirt. I know I've done it a couple of times, but I have many t-shirts, many of which are black, which don't necessarily work that great with, the darker background and stuff. But anyway, this particular shirt is a shirt that was designed and given to me by a friend of mine who runs a graphic design website and company called Awful Creative. So if you want to look it up, it's awfulcreative.com, I believe. Check out all of his designs. He is a fantastic graphic designer. He's worked with a bunch of really awesome, cool companies. A lot of stuff locally here in Nebraska, but also into Iowa, Minnesota, things like that. And he's just a really cool dude. And he designed this t-shirt, I believe, as a submission for some sort of a Omaha campaign. So if you can't tell, it says, "I love Omaha," and then it reverses itself up to, it's like a mirror image thing. So, but I'm just happy that I could fit in it. I think it looks really nice. It's one positive to come from all of this cancer stuff is that I did need to lose weight. Obviously, you don't want to lose 60 pounds in a couple of months due to having cancer, but we'll see what happens. So thank you for joining me on this video. I don't want to talk for too long. We're already 5 minutes in, so let's just get right into listening to this. I heard a snippet of it the other day because I told my one of my devices to just play the black keys, and of course the first thing they played was this, and I was like, I don't think I've heard this before, so I shut it off right away, but I did like what I'd heard. So let me see if I can figure out how to get the screen capture up. We'll put the video over here, make it a little smaller. And let's just go ahead and give this a watch. So this is the Black Keys, Beautiful People, Stay High. 720 is good. Let's go. See, the song's under 3 minutes, but that's not uncommon for a Black Keys single. Oh, the piano. When I heard the piano, this is about when I stopped at last. When I heard the piano, I was like, this is different. This is new. I like this. Distorted vocals, love it. Feels very throwback. Oh, the piano, I love it. I hope they incorporate the piano in their entire new album, which is called Ohio Players and comes out April 5th. I just saw that. Little sax sound in there, some brass, alto sax, or tenor sax, or baritones. No, I don't think baritone sax, but not a lot of high end, but I think it definitely sounds better than Dropout Boogie. Very happy sounding song. Multi-tracked vocals here. Dan not using his falsetto voice that he used a lot on my favorite album of theirs, Brothers. I like it when he sings like this much better than with his falsetto. But he can use his falsetto for background vocals and layering. Video is just people kind of dancing around, being happy, and I love that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm definitely hearing some like back chorus vocals. Really like that. Just got water now. With my leukemia, I can't drink a lot of pop. I don't know where this is filmed, but I would assume probably in Ohio, maybe Akron, where they're from. I know they like to represent Akron. Okay, so not really much of a bridge there. Basically just intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, tiny little break, back into the chorus. Just as long as they don't fade out, we're all good. Nope. Awesome. That's great. Okay, let's get that out of there. I think like that. Yep. Okay. Great, right? What more do you need from the Black Keys for a single? You know, I would expect there to be a little bit more diversity throughout the album when it comes out, but you know, it just seems like they've been having fun. Even Dropout Boogie, I was very disappointed with the way the album was produced and the way the album sounded, but overall, you know, the songs were still enjoyable. I think their previous album of like going into the studio and recording the album, like multi-tracking, my jaw is popping. Sorry, you can't hear it, but it's annoying to me. Their previous, because what was Delta Kream? Delta Kream was recorded all like live with minimal overdubbing after the fact, and it's a much more of a tribute to like straight up old timey blues. But Let's Rock, which is their album before Dropout Boogie, so I guess if you include Ohio Players, which comes out again on April 5th of this year, 2024, 3 albums ago, Let's Rock is, I think, in my opinion, the best. Well, my favorite Black Keys album is Brothers. I love the way that album sounds, and for me personally, and like my whole musical journey as an adult, that album really influenced me a lot. But I think Let's Rock is just a fun, very well written, well recorded, well produced, well edited, very obviously well performed. Everything Dan Auerbach and Pat Carney do is very well performed, and it all sounds really great within reason. I think that Let's Rock is like probably their best album. It's definitely their funnest album, I would say. There's a lot of cool throwbacks and things that you the first time you hear it, you feel like it's kind of familiar. And I'm getting some vibes with this A Beautiful People song. There were moments there where I was like, this just feels like some kind of throwback stuff. And I mentioned the Stax sort of sound, the dry saxophone sort of horns sound that they had in there, very reminiscent of stuff from like the 60s and the 70s, and not stuff that I'm super familiar with, but that I've heard enough in movies and just pop culture and stuff to be able to reference a little bit and to get that a little bit. And then the na-na-nas and stuff, and just this sort of overall like happiness and joy that song sounded to me was very nice and refreshing. And I'm hoping maybe with the album we'll get a few longer songs and a little bit maybe less poppy stuff that is a little bit more, if they could mix a little bit of that Delta Kream in with this sort of a style of the poppy happy stuff. I think that would be really cool, but maybe they want to try to separate the sort of different sides of the band, and maybe that Delta Kream album was just its own unique thing. But I'm really happy with this. I thought that sounded great. Production-wise, there was little high-frequency stuff I feel missing in certain areas, but the music itself was better, and I think the mix overall was much more enjoyable than anything off of Dropout Boogie. So it leads me to be very, very, very excited for Ohio Players when it comes out. So yeah, that's all this video needs to be. If you're familiar with my channel, you know I talk, and usually do hour-long videos, but for a single song like this, I think under 15 minutes is great. So we'll just go ahead and end the video there. I'm going to move on to some Gangsta Grass, record that, and then I think maybe later today I might do my first hip-hop album on the channel. I might try the first A Tribe Called Quest album. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I've been playing Saints Row recently, and there's a lot of amazing hip-hop, like there's an old school hip-hop radio station that I like listening to on there, and I love it. I know almost nothing about hip-hop or old school rap or anything like that, so I've been wanting to look into A Tribe Called Quest for a while, so I might be doing that. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned to the channel. Gangsta Grass single will be coming up next that I'm going to record, so that'll be coming out sometime soon as well. I don't have a release schedule for any of this stuff. I'm just spending some time today recording, and it's going to be nice and relaxing, and I think help me get back into the groove, because we are going to be recording some bigger videos up in the next few days with some of the other guys on my channel that do reactions here with me, some of the Chris's. So a lot of things to look forward to. It's a bummer that I have leukemia, but we're going to keep trudging through, and feel free to stick around my channel, look around, and if not, maybe I'll see you next time.